Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we got our first fleet update. Okay, so we'll work our way over from oldest ownership to newest. This is a 2001 Porsche Boxster. It's the S model, giving it the 3.2 liter flat six, featuring 250 horsepower and 250 pound-feet of torque. It's been an awesome car to own. It's really cool. I just shot a full review of it this morning. Got it all cleaned up here. I think it's beautiful in this blue. This is kind of like my preferred color for a vehicle. It's riding on the Porsche Euro spec suspension, so it's very low. Just barely able to get up over, what do you call it, speed bumps and curbs and things like that. But a few of the Boxster's little party tricks include a trunk and a frunk. So we've got this kind of cool key that's got the 3 buttons. You have to press the same button for either locking or unlocking. There's not really any way to know if it's locked or unlocked unless you're at the car. But you got your trunk. That's all you can see of the engine because the engine lives right under there, under the convertible top. And that's typically how this car lives for me, top down. And then in here, you have your front trunk, or frunk. You pretty much double your storage space there. You got spare tire and your battery and more usable space. So the car's pretty clean. I've definitely had to do some work to it. What German car that's 20 years old doesn't require some sort of work? But as you can see, interior is a nice place to be. You've got some color matching metals and plastics, the roll bar in that center area. 6-speed manual, of course. The cool white S-package gauges. It does have an upgraded audio system, Pioneer, Bluetooth, all that good stuff. Yeah, it's been a good car to own. And making our way over here next, my beloved minivan. We like to call her Peggy because that kind of fits her persona. Like I said, I've owned this for almost 3 years, put a whole lot of miles on it. I've driven it all the way to Maryland before. It's made quite a few trips up north, over to the west side of Michigan. Those with keen eyes might notice that I'm running General Ultimax Arctic winter tires, even though it is about 87 degrees right now in the middle of August. Bit of a savage there, but I really don't actually drive this car all too much these days. So if I'm not if somebody else isn't driving it, using it to move stuff, or one of my family members or something like that, it tends to sit for up to months at a time. So I got a really good deal on these wheels and tires together. It was like $60 for the whole thing. And I just leave them year round. It's just not cost effective for me to replace them if I'm only going to drive the car maybe 500 miles over a summer, 500 or 1,000. So just let it fly. Other than that, I paid $750 for this car. And it has required very little of me. I have had to do a few little junkyard type repairs to it, but it does have the stow and go seats. So I usually leave them all stowed, but I have this one up right now. Someone was riding in it, and that one as well. I usually only lift the rear seats when I'm driving people around. It's kind of like limo seating. The interior's in pretty good shape. Some dings and scuffs from either me or the previous owners. I have no idea how many owners there have been on this car. But this is the Walter P. Chrysler Signature Series, so you got some nice fake wood grain and accents and leather and power controls and everything. All these doors are powered, so that's pretty cool, and they all work. Trying to think, the only thing that doesn't work on this van is the parking brake. I will say when I bought it for $750, there was no rear glass, and instead of getting the glass replaced, I actually went to the junkyard and replaced the whole rear door for $65. And that's why it says limited, even though this is technically a touring model. Yep, she's been good to me, that's for sure. I will say I paid $750 for this, and I paid $12,000 for that back in 2017. Now we get to the shiny new toy. my 2019 Suzuki V-Strom. Now, V-Strom stands for V-twin and then stream in German. I don't know why Suzuki felt they wanted to go that way. Maybe to kind of make a shout out to BMW, how BMW's been leading the adventure bike game with their bikes. But the V-Strom 650's been out for, I think, about 15 years, and this newest model came out in 2017. They upgraded it with the beak look, as a lot of people like to call it. I picked this up just a week ago. Has it been a week? Wow, it's only been 1 week since I've had this bike. So that's pretty exciting. I've already put about 450 miles on it, which means total it has, let me see, 1,237 miles. So actually I've only put just under 400 miles on it, because when I bought it, it had 850 miles. The first owner did not drive it much. He purchased it earlier this year and then decided he'd rather just have a car. Said he's planning on getting a Miata. But that didn't stop him from doing some valuable upgrades. There's some extra radiator protection up in there. There's some extra mud protection on the wheel wells. Previous owner put on this windshield extender. As you can see, you can rotate these things and pop the windshield up for a little bit extra protection. That's pretty nifty. What else? These came standard on the bike, some hand protection, as well as these bags. I'll show you guys all a lot more on this bike in its full review when I shoot it, if that's something you're interested in. Show you how the bags remove and all that good stuff. But I really do enjoy riding motorcycles. I think it's a freeing and unique experience. I was hesitant for a while there to get a bike, but I finally did, and I'm really glad I've done it. And now that this model's got anti-lock brakes and traction control, and it's just a little more stable to ride, it kind of takes away a little bit of that fear of something super bad happening. So that's it, everyone. That is my fleet here as of August 2020. Hope you guys enjoyed getting a little glimpse into my automotive life. And obviously we always have the cars rotating through here between me and Chris over at the Topher. So I like to have a little bit of a unique automotive perspective. Got my super fun vehicles and my super practical, and like to take things to the extremes. But we will be whittling down to just these two soon, because the bikes get a lot more driving than the Porsche does. So say goodbye to the Boxster, and for the time being, the Town & Country and the Suzuki V-Strom are here to stay. If you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button, helps us out a bunch. Check out our other videos on the cars that are not ancient. Also, as I said, as these individual reviews post on all of these vehicles, I'll throw the links in the description. You guys can check them out if you want to see more on any of them. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.